Jaya and Vijaya. They were the doorkeepers, not just ordinary security guards. They were the security guards or doorkeepers of Vaikunta. Vaikunta, Vishnu, the great devotees of the Lord. But they could not figure out, seeing the small 4 childrens, they thought, hey, childish people, hey, they are not wearing any dress. They misunderstood the 4 Kumaras. So lesson there we should learn. We should know what is the status of devotees. Who is Uttamadhikari, who is a Madhyamadhikari. We should understand, we should respect all the devotees. Yes. We should understand their absorption, seniority, devotional service. We should respect that. So that's how 4 Kumaras, they cursed this Jaya and Vijaya to take birth in the Martya Loka. And one more thing we discussed, Diti, she was tempted by the sexual desires, lusty thoughts, and went to Kashyapa. She got tempted at the wrong time. Yes, wrong time, in the evening time, twilight time. Sexual intercourse should be happened at the right time, not in the wrong time. If it is in the wrong time, wrong people we attract, the wife and husband, they attract wrong souls, means demonic children. So they have got same Jaya Vijaya appeared as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And we have seen that Hiranyaksha was demonic mentality. He was exploiting everything. He wanted to see everything for his benefit, but for his sense gratification. So we have seen how modern scientists are nothing. They could not do anything. Archimedes says, I can move the earth if you provide me the enough strength, enough lengthy stick and the pivot point. But our Hiranyaksha, he has moved the earth. He has moved the earth. And we discussed how earth is a source of the life. At that time, from the nose of the Brahma, a small creature came and expanded. Lord Varaha appeared and killed Hiranyaksha. Yes. So out of 2 brothers, 1 brother left his body. Now we will see lessons from Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu gives a lot of instructions to us, a lot of lessons. Let us see how the story goes. In the story, I will give some instructions, means Hiranyakashipu gives some instructions, we should take it up. Okay? Hear carefully. Going ahead, brother got killed and Hiranyakashipu got very, very angry. Who is this Vishnu? Who is a Mayavi who came in disguise of Varaha form, abominable form, and killed my brother? He became very, very angry, Hiranyakashipu. The meaning of Hiranyakashipu is, Hiranya means the wealth, the gold. Kashipu means soft bed. This Hiranyakashipu was addicted for sexual enjoyment. Soft bed. Soft bed means Kashipu means soft bed. And Hiranya, he wants to enjoy the wealth, gold. Hiranyaksha just now died in the hands of Varahadev. Seeing this, Hiranyakashipu got very, very angry. He want to kill Vishnu. Why he want to kill Vishnu? Hear very carefully. Diti sons are Daityas. Aditi sons are Adityas. Aditi sons are like Indra, Chandra, Varuna, all this, Devi Devatas. Diti sons are those who are Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, all these demonic people. This Vishnu, sometimes he takes the side of demigods. Sometimes he takes the side of demons. There are instances where Lord has taken the side of demons also. He was supporting demons. But right now, Hiranyakashipu is thinking, this Vishnu is like a small child. You see, small children, they take sides easily. They change sides easily. If mother beats, they take the side of father. If father beats, then they take the side of mother. So Hiranyakashipu is saying, this Vishnu is also like that. He's a childish. He is taking the side of demigods this time. She is so partial. Yes, he is so partial. This is a thought of Hiranyakashipu. Then he called out his subordinates. Hiranyakashipu called out his subordinates. Hey, Namuchi, Paka, Ilvala, Viparchitti, Puluman, come here. Follow my instructions carefully. This Vishnu is very, very partial. He has taken the side of demigods and killed my brother. He has taken the side of Brahma, Indra, Chandra and killed my brother Hiranyaksha now. You, all of you, just go out, attack these demigods, cut their heads. Find out. I will go and find out Vishnu and kill him. By the time I am in the process of finding out this Vishnu, you go and stop these Brahmanas. Go and stop Brahmanas performing yajna. See, where this Vishnu gets the strength? Namo Brahmanye Devaya, Go Brahmanye Itaya Cha, Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. These Brahmanas, they invite the Lord. Om Swaha, Om Swaha. They invite all these Devi Devatas, they feed them. So if you stop these Brahmanas performing yajna, then all these demigods, they won't get food. They won't get food. Vishnu will also become weak because there are no dharma is being practiced. So Vishnu also will become weak, and he will come out. Wherever this Mayavi is hidden, he will come out. I can hold him and kill him. This is the plan of Hiranyakashipu. So he told all his Rakshasas, demonic assistants, to go and spoil all the Vedic culture. In the Hiranyakashipu's time, if somebody is chanting Om Namo Narayanaya, he is punished. He is punished very severely. There were the iron rods, hot iron rods were pierced in their eyes, Brahmanas. Sometimes they were pierced in between the tongue when they chant the mantras. So everybody is supposed to chant Om Hiranyakashipaya Namaha. Everybody is supposed to chant that. It is very, very severe. So all these Devi Devatas, they went to Lord. So, Supreme Lord, you have killed Hiranyaksha now. This guy, Hiranyakashipu, is torturing us. He is attacking us. Do something. Then Lord said, see, I have killed Hiranyaksha. For him also time will come. For Hiranyakashipu also time will come. Up to then, you don't have any other option. You have to suffer. You have to suffer. So, just tolerate. Lord said to the Indra, Chandra. So, here the lesson for us to understand. See, the time is very, very powerful thing. Just because we got success, we should not be proud of it. Just because we got failure, we don't need to be demotivated, remorsed. It is all prabhava of the time influence. So we just have to tolerate these ups and downs of the life. So Indra cannot be proud, oh, now I am happy. No. At the same time, Hiranyakashipu, he is now so powerful, but still, he will also become powerless soon. So Hiranyakashipu, he ordered and he started destroying everything. But by the time Hiranyaksha's body came to the house and he went, he saw the dead body of Hiranyaksha. The mother Diti, the wives of Hiranyaksha, they are crying constantly. They are beating their chest like anything and they are crying. Oh, ho, ho, ho. So heroic my son was. Now he is lying down. Wives are calling out, oh my dear husband, you are so powerful, you are so handsome, please wake up. Now you have slept more time, please wake up back, come back. So they are crying like that, like anything. So Hiranyakashipu, he came to the relatives and he started giving lessons. See, we hear in Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter, we are not the body, we are spirit souls. So Hiranyakashipu is not an ordinary person. He is a very, very knowledgeable person. He knows the facts. He knows the truth. He says that why you are crying? Don't cry for this body. Don't cry for this body. It's okay. We are not the body. We are spirit soul. Atma takes another body. So Hiranyakashipu is a being very great politician. He knows what to speak based on time, place, circumstances. He wants to pacify now the wives of Hiranyaksha and the mother Diti. He wants to pacify them. He speaks a lot of things. But he directly doesn't speak from just like Krishna spoke, hey Arjun, you are not the body, you are spirit soul. But this Hiranyakashipu is very intelligent. He says a story. He says the story of two stories he says. One story he says about Suyagya, the king Suyagya. Suyagya is a king, great king. He died. And just like Hiranyaksha, Suyagya also very great king in the historical incidents he quotes. He died and his wives were crying. Same example, it's a similar example he is quoting so that these people can understand. You see, understand this point. When somebody is in trauma, when somebody is in miserable situations, you can't teach them philosophy. Philosophy doesn't get into their minds. When somebody is into deep suppression, crying, they cannot take the philosophy. Hey, you are not the body, you are spirit soul. They don't like it, they don't appreciate it. But if you tell them in a story format, they may learn it, they may understand it. So here Hiranyakashipu is trying that. He said, there was a king called Suyagya. When he died in the battlefield, all his wives, there were hundreds of his wives, they were crying out. Just like you all, they were also crying out. So that time, one boy came. The boy is none other than Yamaraj himself. In disguise as a boy, he came. He came and he spoke to these queens. He spoke to these queens. Oh, my dear queens, you are so elderly people. You must have seen many, many deaths, many, many births. But still you are crying for this dead body? What is this foolishness? This boy started speaking. He is none other than Yamaraj himself. This Suyagya, he has died. It is just a dead body he has. The queens, they are hearing. They are hearing. Then this boy, he says another story. He says another story. One time there was a birds, two dual birds, Kulinga birds. They got a newly born children's baby birds. But all of a sudden in the forest there was a fire. This mother bird and baby birds were there at home at the nest. The father bird, Kulinga bird, he went out to get some grains, to get some food for these baby birds. But all of a sudden there was a fire. Everything is getting burned. The children are getting burned. The tree is getting burnt. The branches are getting burnt. Similarly, the nest is getting burnt. By the time the Kulinga bird, the male, the he bird came and is observing in the forest fire, both wife and children's are got stuck up. In front of his eyes, the both wife bird and children's birds are getting burnt. They are shouting, help, help, help. The male bird is thinking in helpless condition. Male bird is thinking, what is the use of my life? My half of my life is my wife. Half of my life is my wife. Wife is dying. Children are dying. What is the use of my life? So this male bird also entered into the fire and died. So similarly, you foolishly you are crying. It is just a misconception. It is just a misconception. Like that, the Yamaraj is teaching to the son, the boy. Yamaraj in disguise of a boy is teaching to the wives of Suyagya. And they were not at all, these wives, they were not at all allowing the body, Suyagya's body to be burnt. It isn't twilight, it is time, sunset time. It is said before sunset the body should be buried or burnt. But the wives are crying constantly. They were not at all allowing the Suyagya's body to be burnt. Now, Yamaraj says, his boy Yamaraj says, let us cry loudly. Let us cry loudly. Let us see the Suyagya may come back. The wife said, no, by crying loudly, he is not going to come back. He is not going to come back. Then the boy said, where is dead body? It is whomever you are crying for, he is there right in front of you. See, 2 legs, 2 body, 2 hands, head. He is there in front of you. These wives understood, okay, what he is trying to say is truth. When somebody passed away, the soul is passed away, the body is there. So we have not seen actually soul. We have not seen actually soul. Understand, devotees, this Atma Tattva is very, very important aspect in spiritual life. When some of our close relatives die, we should understand, we have not seen the soul. We have not seen the person. Even now, you have not seen me. You are not seeing me. Similarly, I am not able to see you. It is just a body. This is just a body. This body is going to get burnt. This body is going to get changed. But you can't see me. You are not able to see me. I am not able to see you. So for whom you are crying for? For whom we are crying for? We should understand this Atma Tattva. Who is speaking? Atma is speaking. The dead body cannot speak. So that's why it is very much important to practice spirituality. Our real identity is that we are spirit souls, not the bodies. So Yamaraj, he taught very nicely to the queens of the Suyagya. He said, just like, this Yamaraj said, just like Lord protects a baby in the womb, he also protects all of us. You don't need to cry for, now your bread and butter is gone. No, you don't need to cry for it. Just like you are all taken care in the womb by the Supreme Lord, similarly he will take care of you. So that's how the queens of Suyagya, they got pacified. Yamaraj left the place. So this whole story is narrated by Hiranyakashipu to the wives of Hiranyaksha. Now he says very more interesting. So he told the story now. He says, it is just our misconception that why we are feeling crying sensation, why we are becoming lamenting foolishly. Why? Because we are thinking that we are this body. Hiranyakashipu gives very, very first class Bhagavad Gita class. 2nd chapter Bhagavad Gita class. Understand carefully. He says, he gives very interesting example. He says, when there is a reflection of tree in the water, hear carefully. There is a reflection of tree in the water, on the water. When the water moves, it feels like tree is also moving. But actually original tree is not moving. Because water is moving, that's why we feel like tree is also moving. Similarly, just because of our mental desires, in this material worlds, we are lamenting for something, we are crying out for something, we are becoming angry, all that. So mind is getting agitated. So this is just because of our misconception, he says. Then he describes about the soul. Soul is eternal, soul is not going to die, it is inexhaustible, achintyoyam, avikaryoyam, is fully aware. But only misconception, misuse of our independence is the cause of our bondage. I repeat this statement. Misuse of our independence is the cause of our bondage in this world. So like this, our Hiranyakashipu, he gives wonderful instructions with the story of Suyagya, with the story of Kulinga birds. He wonderfully explains about Atma Tattva. But what is the use? What is the use? He has understood, but he calls out his demonic friends and instructs to spoil all this Brahmanical culture. So this is the demonic mentality. Just like you see in a Kamsa also. Kamsa, he was very, very happy to arrange a marriage of Devaki with Vasudeva. He was personally present, greeting the relatives, serving the relatives, feeding them, giving them gifts. Oh, today is my sister's marriage. He was so happy, Kamsa. But all of a sudden, when he heard the Akashavani, then he took out his knife, took out the hair, he grabbed the hair of Devaki and he was going to cut the neck of Devaki. When he heard the Akashavani, Astama Santan of this Devaki will be the cause of your death, he became so furious. Similarly here, Hiranyakashipu is speaking so much Atma Tattva. We are not the body, we are spirit souls. It is all misconception. The soul is eternal. But still, this Hiranyakashipu is foolishly ordered his demons, his demonic assistants. Go and spoil this Brahmanas' yagya properties. Stop these yagyas. Let nobody chant Narayana name, that Hari's name, Vishnu's name. Nobody should chant Vishnu's name. So like that he ordered. So this is the mentality of demons. We should be very, very careful not to get such mentality, So Hiranyakashipu concludes in his teachings. He says, now Yamaraja spoke like that as a small boy. All of you, O queens, wives of Hiranyaksha, please be pacified. Don't cry. So like that, they have performed the Shraddha ceremony of Hiranyaksha. So right after that, Hiranyakashipu, he is planning to become immortal. He goes to the forest. Just because his brother died. His brother is died in the hands of Varahadev. He is planning not to die. So he goes, performs tapasya. Very, very severe tapasya. See, in the history, Brahma is the one who has performed topmost tapasya. Brahma is the one who has done topmost tapasya. After Brahma, Bhrugi is the one who has done tapasya. So, Brahma, it is Hiranyakashipu, he goes to the forest and he plans to become immortal. He performs the austerities as nobody has done like him. Even Bhrigu Muni could fail in his tapasya. He could not do as much as Hiranyakashipu has done. Now here, we should understand this point very carefully. To achieve something in the life, one must perform tapasya. One must perform tapasya. Just like if you want to crack IIT, JEE, or get some government job, IAS, IPS, or some groups, even to get into some corporate companies, one has to do tapasya. He has to give up movies, going to restaurants, going outside, no games. He has to severely prepare for overnight, day and night, at least for 8 to 10 hours he has to prepare. It is a tapasya. So without tapasya, nothing, we are not going to achieve anything. We cannot achieve anything. So Hiranyakashipu, he knows this principle. Even though he is demonic, he knows about Atma Tattva. We are not the body, we are soul. He knows that tapasya is required to achieve something. So Hiranyakashipu, he has taken the austerity, standing on the feet. Yes, he wanted to conquer all the old age, death, old diseases, all that. Just like modern scientists also trying. They are trying so much to come up with the medicine to stop the aging. They are producing every day new creams, new shampoos, new cosmetics to stop the aging process. They don't want to become old. They have Botox injections. But you see, Hiranyakashipu, he has found out the right path. So he is doing tapasya. So he is trying to become immortal. He also wants to stop aging. He also wants to stop becoming old. So he is trying a lot. He is doing tapasya. No, his tapasya was so much. The demigods, they were becoming fearful. When he becomes tapasvi, he gets the post of Indra, or he becomes the post of Brahma. He was trying a lot he's trying. So the life air was standing in his bones, in the bones. The ants, they have eaten up all the body. There was an ant hill formed on top of his body. He was doing on single leg, on single toe, he was doing a tapasya. So when he was doing tapasya, already here there was a seed in the womb of Mother Kayadu. So Kayadu, mother, wife of Hiranyakashipu, became pregnant. You see, another important lesson. Here one side, Hiranyakashipu is making plans to become immortal. But Krishna had another plan to spoil his plans, already planted a seed in the womb of Mother Kayadu. This fool, this Hiranyakashipu, he should actually take shelter of wife. He should take shelter of wife. But he is taking shelter of Brahma. He is doing tapasya. You see? But Vishnu, the Lord, intelligently, before he made his plans to become immortal, he made a plan to defeat his plan by planting a seed in the womb of Mother Kayadu. So understand, devotees, we make some plans, but our plans should be in line with Krishna. Our plans should be in line with Parampara, not against it. Otherwise, Krishna has his plans. It is said, man proposes, God disposes. We make many plans, but it is a Krishna ultimately who sanctions our plan. So, it is very, very severe tapasya he has done. So, we will discuss how his tapasya is going ahead, what the fruits he will get. And tomorrow we will discuss Hiranyakashipu's ultimate success. Yes, we will discuss tomorrow. So, today's what we discussed was lessons by Hiranyakashipu. And I will just end with one interesting shloka. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it comes, Sayattam nirjita kakub yekarad vishayan priyan Yatopajasam bunjano natrupyed ajitendriyaha. So you see here, Hiranyakashipu, he had all the facilities. He had all the facilities. Sa ittam nirjita kakub ekarad vishayan priyan yato upajansam bunjano na trupyet ajitendriyaha. So Hiranyakashipu, he had all the possible facilities in his life. Because he is uncontrolled, he was not satisfied. That is shloka says. Sa ittam nirjita kaku. In spite of controlling all directions and all kinds of sense gratification, he was dissatisfied because of his uncontrolled senses. Yes. Natrupyed ajitendriyaha. He was not satisfied in his life. He wants to become something more. He wants to become immortal. And he is not uncontrolled senses. He is completely addicted to sexual pleasures. He is completely addicted to the wealth. He wants to more and more and more. So this is one of the great principal devotees. We should have a controlled senses. We should have a control our senses. Then we will be tripya. We will be satisfied in our life. This is a very same principle Vamandev also teaches to Bali Maharaj. This is the same principle sages, great sages, they teach all of us. So here is Hiranyakashipu is one of the example. Because of his uncontrolled senses, he was not satisfied in his life, in spite of having so many things in his life. Yes. So he was not satisfied. That's why he wants to become immortal. He wants to conquer something, get something. So tomorrow we will continue this discussion, the story of Hiranyakashipu. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Yes, Saidandar Prabhu, you want to say something? I think your hand is raised. Saidandar Prabhu, you want to say something? I see in the chat box, he wrote, everything is trash except spiritual knowledge. Yes, tomorrow we'll discuss difference between Prahlada and Hiranyakashipu and how Hiranyakashipu got smashed. We'll discuss tomorrow. Tomorrow is a interesting episode. Don't miss Narasimha Chaturdashi occasion. Yes, Saidandar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have one statement. Tell me, is it true or not? అంటే నేను విన్నది ఏంటంటే వీళ్ళు హిరణ్యకశిపు అండ్ హిరణ్యాక్షి ఇద్దరు సోదరులు కదా, బ్రదర్స్ కదా. వీళ్ళు అంటే జయ విజయ ఆ టైంలో వీళ్ళకి శాపం ఇచ్చినప్పుడు అంటే వీళ్ళకి ఒక చాయిస్ ఉండేనంట కదా ప్రభుజీ. అంటే ఇట్లా దానవుల లాగా అయితేనేమో త్రీ జన్మలు, 3 జన్మలు. అదే వేరే మంచి భక్తుల లాగా అయితేనేమో 6 జన్మలు ఎత్తాల్సి ఉంటుందని ఆప్షన్ ఉండేనా వీళ్ళకి?
So in Srimad Bhagavatam there is no point there. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is not mentioned like that. Of course there was an option, even I have heard it, but in Bhagavatam it is not described like that. So because the 4 Kumaras, they cursed him directly to become demon. Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Affected by Rajoguna, Tamoguna, you go to earthly planets. That's how they have taken. And they attracted, Diti attracted these souls into her home. Kashyapa and Diti. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, devotees. We'll end here. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Narasimha Chaturdashi Mahamahotsav ki Jai. So do join tomorrow also. We are having a